Get electricity. The power that makes your TV work is called electricity. Electricity is how to say electricity. Electricity gets to your TV by flowing through wires. Yes, the wires in the wall. Wires. Most of the wires in your home are hidden in walls. Yes, that's why you shouldn't drill holes in walls until you know whether there's a wire there. You might get an electric shock, or you might break the wires and mean your telly won't work until someone comes along to fix it. Electricians use special machines that can sense the wires inside the wall. I've got one. It's stopped working now. The electricity comes out of the walls at the sockets. The sockets only give electricity when the plug is plugged in. Electricity is electrons moving. Electrons. Electrons spin around inside all atoms. I'm kind of on the outside-ish bit. Metal atoms let their electrons move along wires. Metals conduct. The only non-metal that conducts is graphite. Graphite is mixed with clay to make pencil leads. Yes, it's also because it conducts electricity. It's used a lot in making all the aluminium that's made in the world is used with graphite because it's a non-metal. So it doesn't react with other non-metals during the aluminium making process. Electricity is made in massive buildings called power stations. Electricity goes through your walls in metal wires made of the metal called copper. Yes, copper's a bit more expensive than iron and steel, but about 3 times more expensive. But it's much better at doing the job of carrying electricity, and it doesn't rust away. The copper wires are inside coloured plastic. The plastic stops you getting electric shocks. Inside a plug, the brown and blue plastic wires have copper wires inside. Brown and blue wires carry the electricity from the power station to the TV and back to the power station. Cables? Possibly. So we call them the wires, but not, I think maybe cables is better. The brown and blue plastic wires are in a white plastic wire for extra safety. Well, that's definitely cable. But people call them wires. Most power stations get their power by burning chemicals called fossil fuels. Plant fossil fuels can be found inside the main fossil fuel called coal. Coal looks like black rocks. Yes, it's made from plants that got buried in marshes and covered in clay and deep after millions of years. It's squashed and partially rotted and it makes coal. Coal is made from plants Ooh, coal is over 99% carbon. Coal is made from plants that have been underground for millions of years. The other fossil fuels are oil and gas. Yeah, the oil is what they use to make petrol, and also the bitumen, which is called tar, that they put on the road, is the black roads. Most roads are black. You have a grey sort of way of road that's made of concrete, but very noisy. Oil and gas are made from sea animals that have been buried under the underground for millions of years. Coal, oil and gas are burnt in air to release their chemical energy. Yes, the energy that the plants got from the sun. Chemical energy. Chemical energy, yeah. Burning carbon chemicals like fossil fuels makes lots of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide traps heat. Carbon dioxide traps heat and makes the earth heat up. This heating is called global warming. Global warming is making the weather go bad. Yes, it's warming it up, but not everywhere gets warm evenly. Some places get more rain because of global warming. Some places get less rain. Some places get much hotter. Some places even get much colder. 2021 February, Texas is covered in snow because of global warming. It's better to call it global climate change. This bad weather is called global climate change. Some power stations get their energy from rocks called nuclear ores. Nuclear power stations are dangerous. Yes, Fukushima in Japan got an earthquake and a tsunami hit it on the same day, and yeah, it caused loads of problems. And then of course there was Chernobyl in Russia, in Ukraine. It was in one of the Russian republics at the time, and they just didn't do it very well. Some power stations get their energy from the wind, waves, tides, or the sun. Wind, wave, tides, and the sun are renewable energy sources. Yes, because they don't run out. They renew every year. The sun only gives electricity during the day. It has to be windy to make wind turbines turn. Power stations use transformers. Yes, they transform things. Transformers step up the electricity to thousands of volts. When electricity has thousands of volts, it can go the hundreds of miles from the power station to your home. High voltage electricity can jump through the air like lightning, so it has to be kept away from people. The high voltage electricity flows through wires buried deep underground or through wires high in the air. The steel towers that hold the wires high in the air are called pylons. Copper is too heavy, so the wires held up by pylons are made of the metal called aluminium. When the electricity is close to your home, it is stepped down to a safe voltage in a substation. Yes, you want it stepped down, otherwise the electricity would jump out of the socket and hit you as you walk past. So you don't want high voltage in your home. Your home electricity is called mains. The mains electricity in your home is 240 volts. 240 volts do not have enough push for the electricity to jump through air. America uses a different voltage. They use 220 volts. The coloured plastic around the wires stops you getting electric shocks. Fossil fuels are burnt to make electrons move. But this makes carbon dioxide that makes global climate change. Electricity is electrons flowing through wires. The wires are made of metal atoms, usually copper, but aluminium is used for high voltage wires held up by pylons. Go! Did you see the one mistake? Write down my mistake that I made just to see who's watching. Put it down in comments. Who's going to be first? Who's going to be second? Who's going to be third? Press my picture to get more of my videos. Press like, press subscribe. Bye!